Hello everyone, this is your host Jasleen Khanuja at Yatra Agency Santa Clara, Silicon Valley, USA to bring you into a close interaction with none other than Little Master cricket legend Sunil Gavaskar, the man who made India proud through his batting for India, the man who played for India, the man who led us to victory so many times in test matches and series with West Indies and several other countries. H2H Foundation, which is a non-profit organization and is currently chaired by Sunil Gavaskar, has given us a brilliant opportunity to serve the society through sponsoring free heart surgeries for young children. Shri Satyasai Sanjeevani Hospitals is doing a fabulous job by doing free heart surgeries for children who are suffering from congenital heart disease, CHD, and till now they have done over 10,000 surgeries for free. Yes, for free, you heard me right, since there is no billing counter at the hospital itself. So we welcome in Sunil Gavaskar to hear more about the cause that H2H Foundation is taking up and also his experiences as a cricket legend in his cricketing life. Enjoy.
Namaste everybody.
Hello.
We are so fortunate to have him as the chairman of H2H Foundation, and it's a real honor, sir.
As I've been explained, more than 300,000 children in India suffer from the CHD, and almost 90,000 won't even live to see their first birthdays, and therefore the need of the hour is to have more and more surgeries. The need of the hour is to try and save as many lives as possible, and to that extent, whatever we are doing is probably just a drop in the ocean. I think we can still do a lot more, but at least the start has to be made, because as you know, in the game that I play, we say that well begun is half done. Well begun, the opening partnership is a good partnership. Then it sets the tone, sets the platform for the batsman down the order to come and score runs. Also, if you're a bowling attack, if you can take wickets early in the first 5-10 overs, again you're setting up very well for the other bowlers, the spinners, everybody to come and dismiss the opposition for less runs. I do see that if we can give the gift of life to a child, the child can go on and fulfill not just his potential, the aspirations, the dreams of his family, his parents, and his relatives, and maybe contribute enormously to the nation. This is my third innings. My first innings was as a player. My second innings has been as a commentator, as a TV person, as somebody who has a company which is into marketing and creating sporting events, managing sporting events. And this is my third innings, and I do believe I have the confidence that this is going to be the best innings of them all.
Fantastic.
And that's the reason I'm here.
Welcome, sir, to San Francisco Bay Area. My name is Jasleen Khanuja. My first question to you would be, I have heard about you when I was very little. I don't know, in second or third grade in Delhi Public School, we used to have our Wilmoher reader and practice book for English. And there was a story about Sunil Gavaskar. And the story mentioned about Sunil Gavaskar as a baby who had a special mark in the ear and who was about to be exchanged to a fisherwoman had that mark had not been there. So is that a true story? I was always thinking, one day I'll meet him, I'll ask him.
Come here.
Wow. Did you see that?
This one.
Oh, yeah.
There's a hole, right?
There
Just a
is.
little bit.
Very
So-
tiny.
Very tiny. So as you know, when babies are born, they're all wrapped up generally immediately after a bath. Only the head is. So on day one, when I was born, an uncle of mine, my father's cousin, came down to see my mother, and that's where he noticed this little mark. A few days later, when he came and he looked at the baby in the crib, he picked it up and the mark wasn't there. And my mother was in a general ward, not in a special room, general ward with different, hospital beds. And apparently the babies had just been taken for a bath by the nurses, and when they were brought back, there was a mix-up. And so this uncle was sharp enough to notice it and said that, look, this is not our baby. So there was a bit of panic. So they went around every crib and sure enough, they found me in a crib next to a fish hole. So that's absolutely true. And just to continue, I don't know how long I was there, maybe an hour at best, maybe, I don't know. But the point of the story is that if you followed my game, if you've seen, when I've been playing, that 1 hour or whatever it is had an impact on my cricketing career. Because I was caught fishing outside the off-spin.
Fantastic. I'm glad you had that mom, and we have the legend with us here. I don't know what to have in the future. Okay.
Okay, so your Punjabi question you want me to
Punjabi question. Shall I? I don't know how much you'll follow though. Shall I try?
Well, we had quite a lot of Punjabis in our team. So the language used to be Punjabi, particularly when Bishan Singh Bedi was the captain. So yes, I think I understand a little bit. I might not be able to speak.
Madi moti. That's like a little bit. Okay, let me give it a shot. 10,000 सर्जरीਆਂ हार्ट टू हार्ट फाउंडेशन वास्ते ते 10,000 ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਦਾ ਸਕੋਰ. ਵਾਓ, ਵਾਟ ਅ ਮੈਚ. I think ਨੰਬਰ 10,000 ਵੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਰੈਲੇਵੈਂਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ 10,000 ਫ੍ਰੀ ਸਰਜਰੀਆਂ ਕਰਵਾਈਆਂ ਨੇ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਵੱਡਾ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਆਈ ਨੋ ਇਹ ਨੰਬਰ ਵੱਧਦਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ. ਅਸੀਂ ਆਸ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਨੰਬਰ ਵੱਧਦਾ ਜਾਏ. ਤੇ 34 ਨੰਬਰ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਰਵਿੰਦ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ 34 ਕ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਸੈਂਚੁਰੀਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਣਾਈਆਂ ਤੇ ਪਰਸਨਲੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ 34 ਸਰਜਰੀਜ਼ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਿਗਨੀਫੀਕੈਂਸ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ. 10,000 ਵੀ ਤੇ 34 ਨੰਬਰ ਵੀ. ਕਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕਿ ਹਾਰਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪਾਰਟਿਕੂਲਰਲੀ ਇਹ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਬਣਾਈ ਜਾਏ?
I won't be able to answer in Punjabi.
Sure.
Maybe Punjabi Andi, but so what I can say is that look, life is about the heart, isn't it? And while the head tells you to do certain things, I think we listen to our heart more often than not. And certainly when we are growing up, as we get older, maybe the experience teaches you to listen to your head rather to your heart. And I think, like I said earlier on, that you have just got to be near at the hospital to see the parents. The babies are lovable as it is. All babies, are so, cuddly. We just want to hold anybody's baby. It doesn't have to be our baby, our relation's baby. I think you see a baby, there is just a connection. It's just an automatic connection with a baby. There's the smile, the innocence that you see. There's just that connection. And therefore that heart, comes in. And therefore it's a heart to heart that, that did it for me. Just being able to, see a smile on the face of the parents after the surgery is being done, because that's what we saw in Raipur, that's what we saw in Palwal. And so when it came to Mumbai, which is my city, I knew I had to do something. I'm an opening batsman. And therefore I said, look, let me start. Things will happen in any case. There will be a lot of other people coming in with much, much greater contributions. But that will be fantastic. But I thought I will be, if I could, take guard and start, that's what I tried to do. And hopefully it's a partnership with everybody that, not only scores 10,000, but, maybe 100,000.
Absolutely. And to represent heart to heart, I'm wearing my heart to heart earrings as well. Just so you know. Thank you very much.
You tell me, when people say that you are God to them, what is your reaction now? As with this organization you've been involved, and when you're doing this great job of going and seeing these patients, they must be thinking, oh, ye hamare liye God hai aap. And
No, actually, I've never heard that. Honestly, I've never heard that. I know that Sachin is called the God of cricket, but I've never had that. But I'm what I am because of my God, Sri Satya Sai. Like he's looked after me. There have been instances where I've been injured, and doctors have said, 6 weeks you can't play. And I know it's a matter of faith, and I had Vibhuti sent by my wife, along with the radio commentators who were coming for the test match. I've applied the Vibhuti on the torn muscles, and within 8 days, 10 days, I've been ready to play. So instead of missing maybe 2 test matches, I've been there from the first test match. I've not even missed the first test match. So I think for me, my God is more important, and if He has helped me in getting some runs for India and creating, situations where the team can go on to win, I'm blessed. So I'm no God, but I'm just blessed. I'm convinced I'm blessed by Him to take His mission forward.
So this is a recognition on behalf of the California State Assembly. Assembly member Kansan Chu, recognizing Sunil Gavaskar for his effort as a cricket player to connect the world to sports, with special appreciation for his continued work to help thousands of children around the world through H2H Foundation, as well as the promotion of peace, fitness and mental health.
I know you are a legend, but I'm sure you've had your lean period too, and phases where you've struggled with your form. So I would love to know what motivated you at that time, because I'm sure you've met with families who are going through this crisis. So how your experience on the field as a cricketer has helped them too in overcoming this the crisis that they go through. And one just off the just about cricket, any memories you have of a changing room conversation which really changed your or another player's outlook towards life? Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's a very good question. Every cricketer, apart from I think Sadan and Sachin, have gone through a lean period. Every cricketer goes through a patch where nothing's working for him. If he's a bowler, he's not being able to get wickets. If he's a batsman, he's not being able to get runs. And at that particular time, I went through a period when about for 2.5 years after my debut, for 2.5, 3 years, 3 years actually, I did not score a test century. So there was doubt in my mind. I was getting 50s but not converting it into 100. There was doubt in my mind. I spoke to several people. My family was of course my strength. I spoke to several people about it. I spoke to my coaches. I spoke to opposition players. I spoke to the umpires, because umpires are in the best position. And in England particularly, most of the umpires, 99% of the umpires are former players. So who having played the game can actually tell you, look, and seeing you from 22 yards can tell you a fault that has crept in. But at the end of the day, I think, it's your parents who actually are your strength. My father had seen me play cricket since I was a baby. And my father would, when I would go to him, he was the one who would actually tell me that, look, this is your problem. Inadvertently, because I was getting hit on my index finger and I'd broken it 3 times. Inadvertently, my grip on the bat had gone a little bit round just to protect that finger from getting hit. And in that process, what was happening was my bat face was opening up, and therefore I was edging balls to the slips and getting out. He noticed it because I didn't have my gloves on. I just showed him a grip like this, like when you pick up a bat, He said, look, that's what's happened. And it struck me, yes, that is the reason why, because to try and avoid being hit, I broke my finger 3 times in one season. I missed 3 test matches. Luckily, they were all vertical fractures, not ring fractures. So I could get fit in about 3-4 weeks. But again, within 3 days, I would break it again because, being vertically challenged, the ball would, get up and hit me on the glove. So his observation was vital. So he was the one who told me, apart from saying that you must have faith in yourself, belief in your ability. So that's one thing that I do remember. And then in the 1983 finals, which we won, we had scored only 183 runs. And our captain, Kapil Dev, said, look, we are in the finals, and we've got runs on the board. This is a real special occasion. Let's go out and enjoy the occasion. At the end of the day, it's a sport. Let's go out and enjoy the occasion. And that actually transformed us. I said before we left the change room to go on to the field, I said, "Chalo jawan ho jaake ladte hain." And I don't know. So it just those are little things that happen in the change room, which sort of lift each other up. There are always jokers in the team. They say something which lighten the mood, ease the tension, and it's just that's the thing that you actually miss when you finish playing cricket. It's not the playing aspect; it's the mateship. It's the camaraderie. It's the bond that you have between players that you miss. Just telling you another story on that 1983 finals. 3 years earlier, when I played for Somerset in English County Championship, I shared a flat with Joel Garner, the West Indian fast bowler, big 6 feet 8 inches. So I shared a flat with him. Now we are playing against each other in the finals, and 3 years down the road, and he's bowled me an absolutely unbelievable, unplayable over first over on a real green pitch. The ball's gone past my face, 6-10, nowhere near my bat. Everything is dot ball, dot ball, dot ball. Comes his second over, which is the third over of the innings. Again, the first 2 balls were whisked past my face. Just not able to get back to it. Third ball, he bowls on the pads, luckily, a little further up. I try to work it away. It hits my pads and goes down for leg byes. So as I'm going past him, and he's turning back from his follow through to go back to his mark, because we had shared flats, and his nickname was Bird, Big Bird. Yeah. I said to him, "Bird, how about one off the mark for your old flatmate?" One off the mark means, get me a single instead of, how about one off the mark for your old flatmate? And Bird, 6 feet 8 inches, walking, very, he said, "No man, this is a World Cup final, no freebies for you." So, we play against each other, but at the same time there's that mateship as well.
So, how is the screening scenario for the pregnant mothers in India, and what is the awareness that you've created in the rural districts of India?
As part of our DMCHP program, it's called Divine Mother and Child Program, where we have actually reached out to more than 60,000 families to screen. And in addition to the expectant mothers, we're also screening the babies because what we are seeing, this 300,000 born, is actually much beyond already the natural selection happening. We were told by a doctor in Kerala that in the first 2 days you got to screen them, otherwise most of them die. And then the next 28 days you got to screen them, otherwise some more will die. And beyond 1 year is all the cases that we are actually unfortunately seeing. So the earlier we screen, the better it is. In Western world, it is mandatory to do a pulse ox screening or an ultrasound, but unfortunately that is not possible in India. And some of you may not know this, in India there is a legal restriction that prevents from having an ultrasound on the field because of the sex determination and abortion of the female children. So that's why people are relying only on stethoscopes and only conventional technology. So that's why we are also relying on new technologies and training the doctors and more importantly non-specialists, because there are a lot of ASHA workers, Anganwadi workers. If we train them, then we can have an army of people going and screening and creating awareness for expectant mothers and children. Hope that answers the question.
I think what Arvind hasn't mentioned while he's talked so much about me is that he himself is an inventor. And he has developed a stethoscope which actually, when you put it on and connect it to the tablet, it can actually tell you whether there's a defect in the heart.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So that is something, I think you'll probably be able to explain it because you're the inventor.
So again, with my mentor's inspiration, who is Dr. Abdul Kalam, we actually came up with this device innovation. It's the world's first intelligent stethoscope with integrated ECG leads. So no wires or gel is required. The 3 dots you see are the 3 EKG leads. So just put it on your child's heart, and then you can not only listen to the sounds much better, but it transmits through Bluetooth to a mobile app. And on the app, you can see the EKG waveforms and heart sounds in real time. But most importantly, our AI algorithms can detect any cardiac murmurs and show an orange colored patch. So it's as simple as training a non-specialist or an ASHA worker that if you see an orange patch, refer the child to an echo. If you don't see an orange patch, you don't need to refer the patient. In fact, during our Mumbai launch, Mr. Sunil ji actually put the device on himself and screened a few babies. So possibly he has a fourth innings, which is a doctor in him.
But the questions I have is for legacy. What would Sunil Gavaskar legacy look like?
You know, that is very tough for me to answer because I think that's for others basically to decide what the legacy would be. But I'd like to think that when I played for India, I tried to do the best I can. And I think making the effort to be the best that you can be as a cricketer, as a person, is what I'd like. I tell my grandchildren that try to be the best you can and try to be the best human beings that you can be. And if that is a legacy, then that's what I think I'd like to be remembered by.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we have a bat here, and the proud recipient of this signed bat today is going to be a 9-year-old kid.
Oh.
Okay, and he heard us all talking in his house. He was so touched by the fact that more than 300 children are dying every day, and he went and brought his piggy bank and gave the entire money to us to support his surgery. So since he's at school, I'll request his father, Mr. Ajay Bhadoria, to come and collect the bat on behalf of Yash Bhadoria.
Can we just know more about your unique style of batting, the opening as an opening batsman, and the unique tricks that you used of the late flick, especially against West Indies?
But basically, you try to play the ball as late as possible because you allowed the ball to deviate and then you can bring the bat down. That's what I learned to do. And if it came off, it looked very good. If it didn't come off, then it was, you got hit on the body. So try and avoid hitting it on the body. You try to play that shot.
Any final message to your India TV viewers?
I just want to say all the best. God bless you, and try and do one good deed every day.